Hello, this is Subodh sir, Director, Subodh Law Classes, Ranchi, Jharkhand. Now today, we have a candidate with us. Her name is Aishwarya Agarwal. She has completed Rajasthan Judicial Service Examination and she has got 29th rank, the result for which was declared on 19th November 2019. This year itself, just few days ago. Now, many a times, when the students come to the institute and when the question teacher, so how many months are required for preparation of judicial exam, or how many months are required for preparation of CLAT exam, this exam, that exam, and things like that. Now, I always answer to my students, be very sincere, and within a very short span of time, you can actually complete any exam. It depends how sincere you are. If you are very sincere, you can complete the exam in a very short span of time. And if you are not very sincere, you will prolong it for a very longer period of time. And if you are not working sincerely, probably you won't have very high level of confidence. And when you don't work hard, when you are not doing parents in your life, quite possible, due to lack of confidence, the success will be prolonged for a very longer period of time. Now, let me tell you one very interesting fact. This Aishwarya passed out from National Law School, Bhopal, this year itself, in the month of May, and she filled this form for Rajasthan Judicial Exam in the month of January. Actually, I also coached her for CLAT exam, and in the year 2014, I guess,
yes,
she got 288 rank All India, and she was allotted this National Law School, Bhopal, being from a general category. Now, whenever she used to come to Ranchi in vacation, she used to meet me, and she used to ask me, so what career should I take up? I used to tell her you can go for IAS exam. I used to tell her you can go for judicial exam and things like that. She studied very sincerely in her law school for 5 years. She used to get good marks and all. And she used to ask me, sir, when she came in 3rd and 4th year, I inspired her to go for IAS exam and judicial exam. Now this year, she came and met me in the month of January. And when she met me, that was probably the last or second last day for filling the form for Rajasthan Judicial Service exam. So I told her, Aishwarya, you can fill the form and you can go ahead with judicial exam. Now she was not having any thorough preparation, so she was not feeling very confident to fill this form. I told her, please don't worry, fill the form. You have the exam in the month of March. Though you have 1.5 months at your disposal, 2 months at your disposal, though not a very long span of time, but still if you work hard, if you can master BRAT, you will 100% get through PT exam, and by grace of God, you will also get through in your written exam also. Now she wrote her exam in the month of March this year itself, in the year 2019, and let me tell you, she used to give me a call from Bhopal and she used to ask me to teach her. I taught her some topics of CPC, CRPC, evidence and things like that on telephone itself. She used to study in that way, and she also started working hard. She developed interest in due course of time, and she started preparing very seriously. When she went and gave the exam, she came out from the hall and she told me, so I'm going to score between 62 to 65. That was her score. Well, how much you got?
65 around.
She got 65 marks. So right from very beginning, her assessing power is very strong. Whatever she writes in the exam, she gives exact figure of that, and just 1 mark minus or plus, she gets marks of that nature. So actually, when she told me I am going to get around 65, I told her, in Rajasthan Judicial Exam, as per my experience goes, if you get above 62, 63, you will 100% clear PT exam. And this Rajasthan Judicial Service PT exam wasn't that easy. The students actually got it very tough, and many students complained of tough questions. But I was very confident of her, and let me tell you, though many would have prepared for many years, but just by preparing for 2 months, this girl actually cracked Rajasthan Judicial PT exam. Now once she cracked that, then she started asking questions to me, sir, what should I do? I said, don't worry, you have lots of time, just finish your exam, come back to Ranchi, I'll guide you in the best possible way. Now I taught her for May, June, July, August, September, October, and she went and gave her exam in the month of?
September.
So I told her, you just do one thing, just finish BRAT as quickly as possible and try to memorize important case laws.
Yes.
Because in Rajasthan, you get various categories of questions. Now, in a span of 4 months, she revised all the BRATs 2 to 3 times, and just on the eve of examination, she told me, so though I know everything, but please tell me whether I'll get through or not. I told her, by grace of God, by grace of elders, and by sheer dint of your hard work, you actually got through PT exam, and you will also get through your written exam also, no need to worry. She went and wrote her exam in the state of Rajasthan. When the result came, she also cleared her, her written exam, and after that interview was conducted. She also went and gave her interview, and by grace of God she has cleared all the 3 stages, and not only she has cleared this exam, but she has got marvelous rank of 29th rank in Rajasthan Judicial Service exam. It was her first attempt, it was her maiden attempt, and keeping that in mind, this success cannot be called a small success. The least we appreciate, the better it is. There is no words which can be used for the appreciation of this success. So we actually congratulate Aishwarya on her grand success, and we'd like to take an interview for the benefits of future aspirants, so that she can, those people who have got less time, those people who think that whether judicial exam can be prepared in a short span of 4 months, 5 months, please remove this myth that you need 1 year, 2 years, 3 years to prepare for judicial exam. If you are sincere, you can also prepare this exam in a span of 3 to 4 months, as is evident from the success of Aishwarya Agarwal. So I just thought of sharing this idea with future aspirants, so that they can take benefit of her experience, and they can take immense help from her experience and benefit in the days to come. So I'd like to put a few questions to Aishwarya, and I would like her to speak frankly to the candidates, so that they can benefit in the days to come. So first of all, we'd like to congratulate Aishwarya on your grand success.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Now, when did you, just answer the first question, as I have given in the introduction, but you yourself, make it clear to the future aspirants that they should not worry, they should not think that even if they have not prepared, within a short span of time, they can prepare the exam and they can also get through, provided they are guided in the best possible manner.
Yes.
So please share your experience, and please remove this myth from the minds of your students that they need many years to prepare for judicial exam. In your case, it is very much evident that if one is very much sincere, even in a short span of time, he can actually clear this exam. Yes. So we congratulate Aishwarya on her grand success. Now the second question to Aishwarya: when did you make up your mind for judicial exam?
Actually, I started preparing seriously for judicial examination from the final year only. I got to know from Subodh sir that the appearing students can also write the preliminary examination of Rajasthan Judicial Service, and it was then mostly in the month of December, January that I started preparing seriously for judiciary.
Okay, that's very good. So actually it's not that she was preparing for many years.
Yes.
She just started preparing this year itself, and she was preparing, but unfortunately she was not knowing that a form for Rajasthan Judicial Service exam has come out.
Yes,
it was actually I who informed her on the second last day of filling the form that the form is out, if you want you can fill. Then she put up a very valid question to me, whether appearing candidates are allowed to appear in judicial exam.
Yes.
Now let me tell you, for the benefit of our students, all the judicial exams that are conducted in various states of India, unless you have a law degree and unless you are registered in the Bar Council, you cannot appear for the exam. Yes. But Rajasthan is an exception to this rule. Rajasthan Judicial Service exam gives chance to appearing candidates also, and that's something which should be appreciated for Rajasthan Judicial Service exam. Now, how do you feel? Because you got selected in the very first attempt, and that too soon after passing your 5-year LLB course. How do you feel?
It is the happiest moment of my life. In fact, clearing the judiciary in the very first attempt as an appearing candidate is like a dream come true. And I am extremely grateful to my teachers and my family for this success.
Okay, that's very good. So, in what way did you prepare for your exam?
First of all, I went through the syllabus of Rajasthan Judiciary and also looked into the past year's papers. And as directed by Sir, I mainly based my preparation on the Bare Acts. In the preliminary examination, I had mainly studied the Bare Acts and solved the past year's papers. For English and Hindi, I mainly relied on the previous year's papers. Then in the mains examination also, my preparation was totally focused on the Bare Act. And as guided by Sir, I had referred to some of the textbooks for the purpose of case laws, and I wrote a number of answers, and I was very particular that I complete an answer within the time span, so that time management would not be an issue. So this was my strategy for mains. And then coming to the interview part. In interview part, as guided by Sir, I tried to maintain my originality and also the level of confidence. So in interview, I prepared mainly for the personality based questions like why judiciary and how would you contribute as a judicial officer, etc. Then I revised the legal portion of the main syllabus and also prepared on a number of current related issues.
That's excellent. So as she rightly pointed out, in her written exam, she actually maintained the time. She actually managed the time. So when you have many questions in written exam, the most important fact is that you write all relevant things, and secondly, you write relevant things within stipulated time, within allotted time. So time management is key to the success, as he rightly pointed out in case of written exam. And you must have heard, she is saying that she maintained her naturality in the interview. So the key to success in interview is that you maintain your naturality. If they ask 100 questions, you don't know answer for 90 questions, you must say, sorry sir, I don't know answer for these questions. And if you know 10 questions, you should answer only 10 questions. It's not that you should answer all the questions and then only you will get selected. Sometimes you know many questions and you don't know answers for many questions. So the key factor for success is that she maintained naturality in her interview, and she maintained what is known as time management in the written exam. So because of these two key factors, she actually succeeded in Rajasthan Judicial Service exam. Now next question, which is very important for future aspirants. Which textbooks or books or notes, whatever it may be, you referred for the preparation of judicial exam?
As I said earlier, my preparation was mainly focused on the Bare Act. But then for the purpose of better understanding and case laws, I also referred to certain textbooks as suggested by Sir. For example, for CPC, I referred Takwani, CRPC, the lectures in criminal procedure by Kelkar. Then for IPC, I referred Pillai. For Constitution, J.N. Pandey. For Transfer of Property Act, R.K. Sinha. And for evidence, I referred Batuklal and Ekijan. For contracts, I relied on Ekijan. And for rest of the subjects like limitations, specific relief, then there was juvenile justice, rent control, I solely relied on the Bare Acts.
Well, on all these textbooks, she had a bird's eye view, and basically she studied from Bare Acts.
Yes.
So the next question is that, where Bare Acts were instrumental in your success?
Bare Acts were the most important for my success in the Rajasthan Judiciary, because I didn't get much time to completely read all the textbooks. I had read the Bare Act in an in-depth manner, and I did multiple revisions of the Bare Act. So Bare Act was very, very important for me, and for certain subjects like limitations, specific relief, rent control, I solely relied on the Bare Act. And I would like to point out that Bare Act is not only important for the prelims or for the mains, but it is very important for the interview also. Because in my interview, most of the questions were technical. They were based on CPC and CRPC directly from the Bare Act.
Okay. So I can recollect, when I suggested Aishwarya to study from Bare Acts, she questioned me, so whether Bare Acts are more than enough to get success in the exam. How I can study textbooks within a short span of time. I told her, you can refer textbooks for case laws, you can refer textbooks for interpretation, but you did not get engrossed in textbooks at the moment, because we are having very short time at our disposal. And when I advise candidates that please go through Bare Acts very sincerely, very thoroughly, they actually question me, so are Bare Acts more than enough for success? I tell them, yes, Bare Acts are more than enough for success. For example, if you get a question in exam, enumerate in detail provisions regarding arrest in CRPC. Now right from section 41 to section 50, 60 of CRPC, it deals with provisions regarding arrest.
Yes.
Now if you start writing all the answers, like in section 41, you have provisions for arrest without warrant. In section 42, you have the power of the police to arrest. How many case laws you wrote in your answers?
In fact, I didn't write much case laws in the answer. I wrote only 10 to 12 case laws, because most of my answers were based on the Bare Act. I would also like to highlight that nowadays questions are asked also from those sections which we candidates consider to be less important. And certain sections, for example, arrest, questions relating to tender of pardon, bail, etc. We expect that questions would definitely come from these sections, and we mostly rely on the so-called important sections. But many a time, questions are asked from those sections which are considered to be very less relevant. For example, I remember that in Rajasthan Judiciary's mains examination, one question was based on section 166A of the CRPC, that how investigation is to be conducted in a foreign country. So as I was under the guidance of Sir. Sir is highly experienced, and Sir teaches each and every provision, each and every word of the Bare Act very sincerely. So because of that, I could answer even those questions which were considered to be coming from those sections which are very less important. So Sir is highly experienced, and if someone sincerely follows Sir's guidelines, then he is bound to write the exam very nicely.
Okay, what was your experience of interview? what message you want to give to future aspirants?
My interview board was quite cordial, and my interview lasted for around 10 to 15 minutes. So initially the questions were related to personality. For example, why you want to join judiciary and what according to you should be the qualities of a judge. And then they asked entirely from the technical aspects of CPC and CRPC. For example, they asked about the framing of issues, about estoppel from evidence, about the defect in charge in a judgment, about closure report, and all these questions. There were questions from constitution also. They asked what I understand by rule of law. So the main thing in interview is that they were putting questions as well as cross questions in order to test whether the candidate is answering in an original way, in a natural way, or had he prepared the answers by looking into some textbooks or videos, etc. So the main thing is that they were testing originality and confidence, and as guided by sir, I always tried to maintain originality and confidence in the interview, and because of that I got good marks in interview.
Okay, what is your suggestion for future candidates?
I would advise future candidates to be patient and hardworking and sincere in their studies, and they should put in the maximum efforts from their side as far as possible in this examination. And if they are attending sir's classes, if they are in touch of sir, so they must religiously follow each and every instruction given by Subodh sir.
Okay, somebody who succeeds, now future aspirants, they start thinking what quality that boy or girl had. And they start comparing themselves with the successful candidates, and sometimes they want to know what kind of a good quality you had, we actually helped you sail the boat.
Yes.
So I would like you to tell your quality which actually helped you to pass this exam.
So I was quite sincere and focused from the very beginning, and in order to ensure that I am concentrated in the exam, in the preparation itself, I stayed away from the social media. And at times ups and downs come during preparation. Some days we study very nicely, some days we are not able to study. So in order to relieve stress and to get focused, in order to ensure that we are studying in a concentrated manner, meditation and chanting really helped me. So and that too I learned from Subodh sir only. So these were the important factors in my success. And one more thing, in the interview I tried to remain as humble as possible, and I tried to maintain my originality. So those 2 points I think really fetched me marks, because it was not that I could answer all the questions. Certain questions I was not able to answer, and I frankly told them that sir, I don't know the answer of these questions. But I think still, because of my humility, originality, because of my truthful nature, they gave me good marks.
Okay. So basically when you came and started preparing for judicial exam, especially for Rajasthan Judicial exam, yes, every now and then after the class you used to come and question me, so I'll get through.
Yes.
And it seems you are running little short of confidence.
Yes.
And I always inspired you to go for this exam, you will 100% get through.
Yes.
So you are accepting that this coaching has helped you a lot. So what is your opinion about Subodh Law classes?
In Subodh Law classes, Subodh sir prepares every candidate in a very comprehensive manner for all the 3 stages of the examination. And sir's reliance and mastery over the Bare Act is very unique. It is unparalleled, because sir teaches each and every provision of the Bare Act very thoroughly, and does not leave even a single word from the Bare Act, and that really helped me. And Subodh sir also checked my answers. I used to write answers and show to him frequently. His feedback in answer writing was very useful, and his mock interviews really helped to maintain the level of confidence, and his emphasis on maintaining the naturality in the interview was very, very useful. So in fact, all the tips which Subodh sir gave me for the examination, I followed them seriously, and those tips really worked. It did wonders in fact. So I would advise all the candidates to be very sincere towards this examination. And apart from Subodh sir's lectures in terms of the law subjects, his motivational classes were also very important. It enabled me to maintain high level of confidence throughout preparation.
Okay, just remove one myth of candidate. Although we have talked much on this topic in our interview, but I would like you once again to remove this myth of candidate and boost their confidence. Please remove their myth that they need longer period of time to prepare for this examination. Even in a short span of time, this exam can be prepared.
Yes,
Please
sir.
throw light on this issue.
So I would like to tell the candidates that I never knew that appearing candidates could appear in any judicial exam. So I was not very keen in writing the examination immediately in my final year. But I came to know from Subodh sir that the final year students can appear in the preliminary examination of Rajasthan Judiciary. So I came in contact with sir, and basically after filling the forms only, I started preparing very seriously for the examination. I was not able to attend the coaching during the months before prelims exam because I was at my college. So I constantly stayed in touch with Subodh sir through phone, and he told me to purchase to read all the bare acts, and I read those bare acts very thoroughly. I solved previous year's papers, and in a span of 3 months I prepared myself for preliminary examination, and luckily through the grace of God I got through prelims. And thereafter I started preparing seriously for the mains, and there also I said that bare acts and answer writing were very important for me. So within a short span of around 5 months I prepared for mains examination seriously, and after that I prepared for interview. So I would like to say the candidates that my preparation of judiciary exam is not for more than, I think sir, 8 months. So that's the short span of time within which I prepared, and with the grace of God I got the rank as well. So it is not necessary that candidates prepare for a very long span of time. And nowadays Rajasthan Judiciary is indeed providing a very unique opportunity to the appearing candidates also to write the judicial service examination. So try to prepare in the best possible manner, put in all your efforts in the short span of time or whatever span of time you have, and just stay confident. Don't think much about the results. Focus all your efforts towards the action, and the results will come. So that's
So
my answer.
in this very young age, you're going to become a judicial officer in the
Yes,
state of
sir.
Rajasthan. So we have this Domestic Violence Act, which basically deals with domestic violence, and we also have this POSCO Act, which actually deals with offences against children and all. So being a female judge, I hope you will be very sensitive towards the problems of children and
Yes,
women,
sir, yes.
and you will tackle them in the best possible manner.
Yes, sir.
So that's good part of judiciary in today's time.
Yes, sir.
Many female candidates are actually becoming
Yes,
successful,
yes, sir.
and they can actually tackle issues related to women and children. Of
Yes.
course, you should tackle issues related to everybody, but especially children and women, you should take best care.
Yes,
So all the best for your future career.
Thank you
May
so
God
much.
bless you, and you have actually been rewarded for your hard work, for
Yes.
your sincerity, your devotion, and I hope future aspirants will take clues from you, lessons from you, and then feel confident, and actually they will remove this myth that a very longer period of time is required for preparation of judicial exam. I think with the success of Aishwarya Agarwal, I think this myth stands demolished. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you so